Hello everyone, I'm the Gilded Gamer, and welcome to another guide. Today I'm going to go over some of the bits for Tinker's Construct. Now, I'm not going to go over everything because a lot of the information can be found in the Materials and You Volume 1 and 2, along with the Mighty Smelting book. But I will go over some of the others that aren't necessarily mentioned in the books, along with some of what I find to be the best combinations for various tools. Now, let's get into it. Now, first off, you need one of these, a smeltery. Now, this is the basic size I like to start out with. A basic 3x3 interior, and don't worry, you don't need the corners to be finished. So if you want to have chests stack up for storage or other decorations, that is truly up to what you want. Now, to make this, you need 97 individual seared bricks. Not these seared bricks, but the smaller seared bricks, such as these. You need 97 of these bricks. And to make them, you need grout. Now, to make the grout, there's two ways to make it. One involves a clay ball, one piece of sand, and one piece of gravel, and that will give you 2 grout, which can be turned into 2 bricks. But if you have more, and you use an entire clay block with 4 sand and 4 gravel, and this is a shapeless recipe, so this can be in any order, that gives you 8. So if you just have more of the materials, you can use these just to make 8 instead of breaking up all your clay blocks into little balls just to make 2 at a time. Now again, this is just the very basic layout. Now these can be used to smelt a lot of things, and I shall put just some gold, silver, iron, and ferrous in, and we can come back to this later. Now there's 2 ways you can have them built. You can have this be up, well, not really 2 ways, but there are various things you can do with them. You can have the controller be here on ground level, and you can also have it go down, so this doesn't have to be on the bottom level. So if you want to dig a hole in the ground and you want to fill it up with your smeltery, that's very easy. All you gotta do is just build down, or build up if you want to build it onto a platform, such as I have here with this you can see here. Now next we have this. This is another smeltery which is still works exactly the same. You can see I have metals in here, but this is just made slightly differently. But again, like the first one, you have the controller here. The base level for the smeltery is just 1 block below right here, and you have it built up. Now, the smeltery controller doesn't have to be the top or the bottom, such as if I want to, I can dig this one down a few blocks, or I can just add more on top of there. Really, that just matters how many spaces you have here on the side for how much ore you can throw in. And the way that's mattered is in your basic one you have 9, the base in there, and you get 9 for every completed level added on. So if one of these blocks is broken, I'd only get 3 levels or 27. Now, if we move around, we don't need to just make the bricks for the outside. If you want to see the nice metals you have inside, you can make seared glass as I have here, or the seared window. They're both made differently, and again, you can find both recipes in the Mighty Smelting book. But these are just nice so you can see inside, and you can see all the metals such as gold, iron, cobalt, aluminum, brass, copper, and alumite. Those are just some of the materials I have in there. Now, if I go in here and I'm like, I can pour out a block of this. Actually, I need iron more, but I want to make cobalt tools. So I just change them around in there. If I come back here, and they're changed back here. So instead of having to go inside and look at it, you can simply walk by, see, oh, I have cobalt on the bottom, right click to tap into a basin, and that will give you block. Or if I have ingot casts here, just right click and I'll make an ingot out of it. Now again, these seared bricks are made differently. They are made with 1 bit of nether wart, 1 bit of soul sand, and 1 bit of gravel. This is a shapeless recipe, but there's no way to put more in. And again, these only give you 2, just like the first one. And there's no way for them to give you 8 unless you just have large amounts. But again, crafting is very easy in this. That'll give you 2 bits of this slime soil. You just put those into a furnace. They'll give you seared bricks, and again, it's just a different aesthetic. Instead of having this black, if that sticks out too much in your base, if you're going for more of, I guess, an post-apocalyptic vibe, I guess. I'm not really sure how this will fit in. I prefer the nice orderly looking one. But if you just want your smeltery to look different from your friends, this is just a different way. Now, the mod itself gives you 5 different alloys you can make. And these alloys are the ones that are given to you from Tinker's Construct itself. I'll not go over some of the other ones that are in that you can make with the smeltery, because that just matters what mods you have in. Now, let's start with the simple one of bronze. You need 3 copper ingots and 1 tin. Just come over here, put them in here. You can just shift right click it in. You can actually cook a villager egg. Such as this aluminum ingot here. The bar will go up. Actually need that for a moment. The bar will go up, and then it will just be smelted in. Now, next we have aluminum brass, which is the preferred way to make casts, but I will talk about that in a bit. You need 3 aluminum and 1 copper for these. Next up we have alumite, which is the best material to make weapons or tools from using only overworld materials. You need 5 aluminum, 2 obsidian, and 2 iron. Now, for these numbers, you need ore, or 10 ingots, 2 obsidian, and 4 iron ingots. That will give you 6 evenly. You can also throw them in bits later, but you might be stuck with, half an ingot or something like that. That would just always be in your smeltery. So this would be the easiest to make. Then we have Maniellum here. You need 1 ardite and 1 cobalt, which you get from the nether. So this is the best to make weapons out of, because it gives you the highest base attack damage. But you need to go into the nether and get these ores, which are slightly rare. You have to travel a lot to find a lot of this material. Next up we have the pig iron, which you need 1 emerald, 1 iron ingot, and 80 millibuckets of blood. But to get 80 millibuckets, the easiest way just to throw materials in there is to use 16 rotten flesh. And that brings me to this last one here, which is blood. And for every piece of rotten flesh you put in, it gives you 5 millibuckets worth of it. Now, let's move on to the tools. So let's go right in here. We have the aluminum brass. Now, you need to make casts to make weapons and other things out of metals in Tinker's Construct. And you can use 2 materials, aluminum brass and gold. Now, when you use gold, it costs 2 ingots to make a cast. With aluminum brass, it only costs 1. So I want to make a pickaxe head and something for ingots. So I have aluminum brass on the bottom here. You just right click the faucets, wait a little bit, and here you go. Now as I look into it, let's see, I want to make a cobalt pickaxe head. So you just right click. There we go. So I have my cobalt pickaxe head here. And I also want a single iron ingot. Just pour that out. Wow, that took a while. And there we go, iron ingot. Now again, in the back here, see a nice array of colors, with iron and cobalt being the bottom two. Now, we have all this, and we just, it's a lot more full than I thought it was. Now, as we go in here, we have the tool forge. And I already made some weapons in advance to show you how. Now, these are all weapons that I have used. There are a few others here, such as the battle axe, the frying pan, dagger, javelin throwing knife. Some of these battle sign, like some of these I have not made or really found a use for mostly. But the ones I have here are ones I've used and that I have found a use in making. Now, first up, we have your basic pickaxe. Now, let me switch over to let's switch over to survival. I'll show that off in a bit, and come over to this nice wall. Now, the cobalt pickaxe is the fastest, so I can easily mine my way into this nice little town here. Or if I need to mine obsidian, this would be the fastest. And I won't bore you with actually showing you mining obsidian, but it is a lot quicker. Cobalt is the fastest base material. And if we go into here, you can see it has a mining speed of 14. Now when I put a Manuelian one in here, the highest tier weapon in the game, highest tier that Tinker's Constructs provide, it actually gives you only mining speed of 10. And again, with redstone, this can be added on and even more faster. So you can easily be able to mine through a lot of materials. So why don't I come up here? Next up, we have the short bow. Now, longbows for me just take way too long to wind up. I like short bows better. So all you're gonna do is hold back, right click, second longbow, and pew. There you go. Now, Tinker's Construct bows. Tinker's Construct bows, just like normal bows, just right, pull back, and shoot. But these do a lot more damage. Cobalt has the quickest draw speed and the highest damage that I can find out of all the bows. And it's just, you just go into here, you just click the short bow. It takes 2 bow limbs and a bowstring. Just pure cobalt for both bow limbs and just a normal string for the short bow. And as you can see here, it gives you max damage of 10 hearts. So if I had a normal arrow and I shoot that villager over there, it would do 10 hearts of damage. But you know, Tinker's Construct allows you to make some nice arrows, and that's what I made here. To make the arrows, you need an arrowhead, an arrow shaft, and a fletchling. Now the combination I have here is a Manuelian head, a slime leaf fletching, and then I have a blaze rod core, which is just a simple blaze rod put in there. And this only works for the arrows, and this will not work for any of the other weapons. And what it does is, any target you hit, it deals fire damage. So we got this villager right here. Hello, how's it going? I'm sorry, but you're gonna be a test. There we go. It does 18 points of damage in a single hit with this bow and this arrow, but it also does 1 point of fire damage. This can be added on if you add blaze powder, but if you simply add a little more quartz to it, this can easily do 20 hits of damage. Next up, we have the cleaver. Now, the one I made has a Manuelian large sword blade, a Manuelian tough rod, large plate, sorry, a Ardite tough rod, and a slime tough rod. this is what I found to be the best combination. Now, the cleaver is a special weapon, I guess you could call it. It does do a lot of damage. This one base damage does 14. So I can easily go up and, come on, there we go, and kill the squid. But it does give you mining fatigue, so it's really slow to hit, as you can see here. But when you take it off, mining fatigue's gone. So it does do a lot of damage, and it does have a higher chance of giving you mob heads, but it is a lot slower to use. Now, if you don't want any fancy swords, Tinker's Construct gives you the standard Minecraft sword or broadsword. This has a Manuelian sword blade, a paper wide guard, and again a slime rod. Now, the paper is a special thing in Tinker's Construct. Whatever tool you use it on, it adds one extra modifier slot. So I can add extra quartz for more damage, slime if I want to have it repair quicker. You can also give it other things that gives it like smite or Bane of Arthropods, items such as that if you don't want to have just a sword that has base sharpness. I guess you could have it. So that's just the broadsword. This one does 8 points of damage, so it's a tier higher than the standard Minecraft sword. Well, the standard diamond sword, I guess you could say. Lastly, for the weapons, I have a Manuelian rapier, which is my favorite when you have to deal mobs with armor, because this has a few special items, I guess you could say. This pierces through armor. Actually, let me just say how it's made. It is made with a sword blade, a Manuelian sword blade, a paper guard, and a slime rod. So I just blanked for a moment. And what this does, you're able to hit a lot quicker with this. You can click, it may not look faster, but when fighting monsters, I don't have anything in front of me. I'm gonna one-shot you. But if you're fighting monsters, you can do a lot more damage, a lot quicker. And this also pierces through armor. So if you have to fight if a zombie would spawn with full diamond armor, it will still do its base damage of 4 points of damage, which it is low. But your broadsword might only do 3 hits of damage because he's in full diamond armor. This will always do 4 no matter what. And you can easily add quartz for sharpness, and to get it all the way up to 10 hearts of damage, so you can two-shot anything. And again, if you're fighting some monsters, you go up fighting, get too close, you can also right click and you'll backpedal. The other 2 swords, they just simply block with it. Now, last item is the hammer. This is a Manuelian hammerhead, 2 cobalt large plates, and a slime tough rod. Now, at least for hammers, the sole thing I put on it is either moss or redstone. Now, it's all good. If I let me hop down from here, come over to this wall. You know what? I wish there was a door here. It mines a 3x3 area, and now you have yourself a nice little door that you can do with whatever you want. So this mines a 3x3 area, so it's very good for strip mining. It gives you a very large area to choose from. That's really the main use for the hammer. So those are all your weapons. Let's just put these away. Now, if you can see here, I have the Traveler's armor that the mod gives you. The goggles, the vest, the wings, and the boots. If you saw me running around, I have double jump, and that's from the wings, which I shall get into later. First up is the goggles. Oops, I cannot spell. If we can make it nice and dark. One great thing about the Traveler's Goggles, if you have Flint and Steel, a Golden Carrot, and a Night Vision Potion, with the standard bind of G, there we go, we can now see in the dark. And this not only works here, it also works in caves, because it's just your standard night vision. And it doesn't use up any durability, and it lasts forever. So you can always have this on. When it's light out, you can turn it off. But again, it just gives you permanent night vision. Next up, we have the Traveler's Vest, which its basic ability, it gives you swift swim. So if I would swim through here, I'll go quicker. But I'll get to that in a moment. Another thing is, if you notice me when I shift, one of the abilities on it is called Stealth. And as long as you're shifting, you have a Potion of Invisibility effect on you. Now, again, this won't fool any actual players, but it will fool hostile mobs just as a normal Potion of Invisibility would. So that's it for the vest. Now I have the wings. Like I said, I can double jump. Well, not double jump, I can jump 2 blocks high, right up here. But the other ability I added on to it is called Slow Fall, which I fall slowly. And no matter how high I fall from, I take no fall damage. So if you're on the edge of a ravine looking in, and a skeleton would happen to shoot you in, you would just glide safely down. Or if you're in the Nether and you want to get, and you're on a big plateau and your portal is low, you can easily just slide down in safety. Now, last but not least are the boots. You notice these boots give you double jump, which allows you to jump 3 blocks high. So if you want to get up 3 block heights, just add double jump. And their base ability allows you to high step, which allows you to walk up blocks, single height blocks, without jumping. So you can easily, so you don't need to worry about having stairs everywhere. All you need to do is just have this little thing, and there you go. You can easily walk up it. Now, the last thing I have on here are 2 lily pads, which give me water walking. And if you combine the water walking feature with the swift swim from the vest, you can easily walk across the water. So if you're tired of your boats just hitting everything and instantly breaking on you, and you don't want it to clog up your inventory by having to carry 5 or 6 of them, you can simply just add this and walk across the water. Now, the last thing I'd like to go over are the heart canisters. You have your red heart and your yellow heart. 10 red hearts will give you, right here, will give you 10 extra hearts. Simply hit this diamond chest plate in your menu. That adds these, but also your heart canisters. In the game currently, there is no way to get green hearts, so sadly you are unable to get them. So you can only, so now you have to deal with only being able to have 30 hearts. Yes, you have 30 hearts with all these combined. Now, the red heart canisters are made with an empty canister, which is 4 aluminum, a jeweled apple, which are 4 diamonds up, above, below, to left and right of an apple. You have a necrotic bone, which you get from wither skeletons, and then the heart canister you get from normal mobs. Lastly, we have the yellow heart canisters. And the yellow heart canisters, you need a red heart canister, the plus thing, which are 2 canisters. I'm actually drawing a complete blank on this. I'm sorry for this. Yeah, you just need the yellow heart, the canister, and a gold and an enchanted golden apple with the 8 gold blocks. So these are not cheap, but again, with it you have up to 60 health, Now, unless you're going to be fighting other players with Tinker Construct gear or other modded gear, 60 hearts is a lot. You can fight the Wither with just the extra 20 hearts if you want. But again, it's really up to you. Now, that is all Tinker's Construct has. I don't want to say has to offer. Actually, I forgot. Let's go back to this first one here. Now, before I put the iron, ferrous, gold, and silver, and one thing about the smelteries is that if you put items in, they will automatically alloy up. So if I put copper and tin in here, I would automatically get bronze. And if I leave some iron in here and throw some ferrous in, it automatically gives me Invar. Same with gold and electrum. Or copper, aluminum, brass, the Manyellum, and the Ardite. So if I just throw anything in here, they will automatically alloy up. They'll automatically turn into the alloy. So, and there's no real way to get around that, sadly. But again, all you gotta do is just drain out your iron or your gold before you throw your silver and ferrous in, or along with the other alloys. Now, thank you all for watching. That's all for now. That is most of what Tinker's Construct has to offer that you cannot find in the Materials and You Volume 1 and 2 and the Mighty Smelting Guide. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I've been the Gilded Gamer. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, it is greatly appreciated. And if you'd like to see more gaming content, please subscribe to my, well, please check out my other videos and subscribe if you enjoyed. Thank you, and have a good day, everyone. Bye!